Oh, hold up. This ain't my private Twitch stream. There we go. Good evening. Only hot tubs on Twitch. How are we? Another Festive 500-day ride today. Cramming in the kilometres where I can. Joining the hump day ride tonight. Tim Searle at the helm. Another hour on the pedals. No technical issues. Let me see. No, we're good. Race mode's on. I thought I'd be without heart rate monitor. But that seems to have come good when I got in game. Happy days. Hope everybody is well. Stick around. Relatively easy cruise with the hump day ride. I will be with the bunch tonight. I'm pleased to be joining a bunch ride as a start. If you saw yesterday, things didn't go quite to plan. This is coming off 90 minutes earlier today, testing a few things. Anyhow, let's get this one done. This should get me over 400 Ks in 4 days. So I'm happy about that. Should have some... we're off to the beach tomorrow here. It should be a nice day. We're not too far from the ocean, so family day at the beach. So cramming in this one tonight. Extra Ks. Get out in the sun tomorrow morning. And then, yeah, just ticking the Ks away. If you're doing the Festive 500, let me know where you're at with your Ks. And let me know if you're going to make it or if you're not going to make it. It's something that I do look forward to every year. I don't know why. It's not a race. It's a bit of a personal challenge. And it's definitely one of those things where you think, oh yeah, I'll get it. I've done it every other year. It's going to be easy. But it's not probably until 90 Ks into the first ride, you're like, oh, hang on. 100 to go and 4. And you do the math, you're like, it's going to be a long week. Cheers, Galen. All well down here. The weather is improving. Why am I pedaling? Why am I even pedaling? This is not even counting to my Festive 500. Anybody who says Zwift miles don't count, they're right for the pens. And the last thing I need is a warm up at the moment. I need another cushion under my saddle. I tell you, it's been a long week. I said to Von just over dinner before, I'm like, oh, I might just go and jump on the hump day ride and stream that. Von's like, yeah, that's fine. I'll put Maxi down. And then I sat on this saddle and I'm like, oh, maybe I should have changed bikes, but we'll get through it. Been through worse. Charles, just an hour, this one, just an hour. So we should be able to tick over. Oh, I'm not quite sure how fast this bunch moves. Look, we'll aim for 40 Ks tonight anyway. So I think this says late join. If you want to join in, feel free. If you're ripping around on Zwift as it is, it's an event. It's not an official Festive 500 event. This is the regular hump day ride, which Tim Searle's run for years and years. If anyone remembers way back in the day, it used to be the performance ride every Tuesday, I think. I think that's when Zwift was still in beta. Hey, Jesper. And then the hump day ride came along and Tim just did such a great job of herding the cats. This one stuck around. It's a great ride. Developed into, there's the ladies hump day ride. There's the America's hump day ride. It's a whole franchise. It's good. And this, for a lot of people, has become their weekly ride. Which is, I mean, if you think about 10 years ago, it'd be absurd thinking that your weekly ride is virtual. And I think a lot of people we're seeing online now, they would have just hung the bike up. It's like, oh, yeah, I used to be a cyclist. Now I'm not. I just don't have time or can't get out of the house for the kids or anything like that. So cool seeing rides like this become people's bunch rides. There used to be a lot of, it's not real, but, oh, look at me go sideways. Woohoo! Anyhow, I'll stop talking and start riding. Actually, I'll never stop talking. There we go. 131 Ks in. Oosh. Let's roll. Hey, Bakey. Now, what are my chances of switching screens? Oh, yeah. Made a few changes after last night. Hot tub's back. That's for the after party. All right, looks like the setup is working okay tonight. Now, I'm still a believer, that text you're seeing there in the middle of the screen should be lower third. I don't think anybody agrees with me on that one, though. Let me know in the comments. Do you think, like, that's right in line of sight? And when you're racing or focusing up the road, the last thing you want to read is lower third, people. Get on board. Zwift won't change it. I've requested it a million times. It's one of those things where a decision would have been made just because that was the best place to put it. And now it stays there because that's where it's always been. Get on board. Lower third text, 2024. I should have put that on my list of things. I tell you what, keeping that list just to 10 in my other video was quite a challenge. And I had to end with the no pedals. And it was hilarious to see how many people had never noticed that Zwift bikes do not have pedals. Look closely, there's no pedals. But if you listen closely, there's a clip in and a clip out noise. Good morning, Poland. Well, I won't dish out the ride-ons until it's the thunderstorm time. But you won't see the thumbs on this machine because I've zero byted the thumb resource. Plucky, on the final lap of this, if you're racing the final lap, so this is a chill ride, lots of banter. But if you want to race the last lap, you can. And if you're racing flat out, if you're holding wheels, seeing red, right on that limit, and this text keeps popping up, it can be a little frustrating. Adelaide next year. Adelaide in 2 weeks' time. Oh, I better jump over here and let them know I'm streaming, just in case anyone's riding naked. Whoops. There we go. The pedal revelation. I knew it. I knew it. Oh, they're futuristic invisible pedals. What do they weigh? Haven't been to Mercury for quite some time. I may even get a route badge with this. There's a few route badges I haven't done at Mercury. Galen, for sure. I'll switch over to phone focus. You see up there, now that I've got my screen switching happening, it doesn't lock my stream up for now. DI2 wireless pedals. And the ride-on bomb, as long as the zoom level is close enough. See, zooming too far out, you'll have no white circle. Zooming in one, see the white circle appears. A little closer. Closer again. Boom, tap that once. You'll give out up to 5 ride-ons. That's the ride-on bomb. You'll see it. There we go, I can reset it now. But I'll wait for those for the thunderstorm later on. So a great little idea that, I'm not sure who came up with that one for the hump day ride, but rather than thumbs just punch down all the time and get a bit messy, Tim will yell thunderstorm. I think 45 minutes in, half an hour in, everyone gets their thumb quota, does the thumb work, and that's it. That's within the bunch. You'll still see external thumbs come down. So if somebody is thumbing me from elsewhere, out of the world, or just on the companion app, that'll still happen during the ride. but it just stops the in-game mess. Oh, Galen, automatically, right. Yeah, just get an auto clicker for Android. If you can see the position, just have it tap every 10 seconds and you're good. Not that I'd recommend automating anything or running any bots of any type. But yeah, auto clicker on Android. I don't think there's one for iOS. A few gotchas with that is that if you click on someone's name who you are friends with, so in the app here, see, bang, K Taylor. If that just happens to be in the exact pixel that I clicked, I'll then focus on K Taylor, and then the click script will go a little bit south. It might run away. So the answer is have no friends and automate things. Oof, alrighty, let's have a look where I'm at. Festive 500 wise. This is day 4B for me. 233,000 people have signed in for the Festive 500. That's pretty impressive. I'm glad to see those kind of numbers with Strava challenges. Now, say what you will about road racing and it's sort of on the decline, the bike industry being in trouble. Seeing 233,000 people, one on Strava, two clicking a button to log their Ks, and that not being, is that up from last year? Well, it's not it's not half. It's also not double, but let's not talk about that. We can't get too excited. But cool to see that many people still out there riding bikes. So the qualifying activities: e-bike ride, hand cycle ride, virtual ride. E-bike ride, why not? Could have done with an e-bike yesterday. Oh. I won't complain too much about the weather because people in the Northern Hemisphere, you've got it hard. But I did have rain, 33 k an hour headwind on a gravel incline, looking down doing 17 k's an hour. I'm like, why didn't I do this one on Zwift? But it's all part of it. This is what happens when you have a green drink as well. Alrighty. 5k's down. So where am I? 370 k's in. So if we can get 30 k's knocked over, I'm averaging 100 a day. It's definitely a lot more k's and a lot more hours than I typically do. No question. And the body is, yeah, arguing with me a little bit at the moment. You're going to have to go blue screen. A prestige badge at level 100 before starting from level 1 again. Yeah, they'll need to do something. They need to reinvent just the basic trajectory of leveling up. So I think a prestige badge, yeah. Have something like your bronze up to level 100. You get bronze. You're on a bronze trajectory. Silver, gold. I mean, who's going to get level 100 3 times? Well, it's himself probably, but it'll take him a while. So a different way of thinking of that. That'd be nice to see. As I said in yesterday's stream, what did you get for Christmas? Let me know. Always keen to see what people got. Or what did you buy yourself for Christmas? Because come on, don't we all do that? I outlined my new toy, which I keep looking at down there. The updated Google Nest Wi-Fi setup. Wi-Fi Pro. It's working very, very well. 0 dropped frames. So having said that, okay, now we're good. We can still swap. We can still swap. Splish, 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 splish. How many Ks normally? Look, I aim for 300 a week. When I was racing, I was only doing 350 to 400 a week, but that was a lot of focused efforts for 20K time trials or 25K time trials, plus a few road races here and there and criteriums. You don't need to do big Ks for those. So nowadays it's about, I aim for 300. I usually land between 200 and 300, but as long as I'm fit enough to do Lama lab tests and really ride equipment, rather than just go around the block and say, yeah, it's great, or the numbers look good. I want to be able to get out there and do an hour ride, decent power zones, a couple of sprints, like a century ride. Metric, of course. So yeah, weekly, 8 to 10 hours, 200 to 300 Ks. Now, one thing I have seen, and I can talk about because it has been leaked. If you see Eric Min's latest screenshots, Eric Min has a white outline around his avatar. If you want to do some snooping, if you're sitting there kicking back on the couch or on your PC, just jump over to Eric Min's Strava. Have a look at a few of his recent bunch ride shots. And you'll see he's got an outline around his avatar in the bunch, which allows him to see his own avatar a lot easier. I suspect that's coming soon. Let's get that graph off. Whew. Because it is difficult to pick yourself when we're all in the same kit. Right, it's towel brought to you by whatever I could pick up in the towel rack. Virtual gears for Kicker 5. Ooh. There's some chat about that over on Reddit, I believe. And someone said virtual gears is just simply software that any trainer can do it. Not quite, not quite. It's close, but the trainer also needs to support it. So yes, all trainers should be able to do it with a firmware upgrade. So it's not just a Zwift thing and Zwift saying no. There's two plays in that game. Lower third. Team lower third. Kicker roller. Let me know how that goes. How do you find it? I'm actually using the kicker roller as my front wheel block. So just the front, it clamps onto your front wheel. It's got the A-frame. It's risen up a little higher. And I've got a trainer on the back. Oh yeah, close to the beach. 90 minutes drive. Just around the corner. Oh, okay, relief. Waiting to be delivered. Okay, be prepared. Actually, they may have changed the box. I was so surprised how big the kicker roller box was when it arrived. So the kicker roller, it's almost the same size box as the kicker bike. Huge, huge. You and Mrs. Lama has taken the kicker bike shift, and I haven't seen it since. So training-wise, no. But for Von, her efforts. Oh, was that RIP my stream or RIP the bike or me? Let me know. I'm getting some really weird signals on my stream feedback. Hopefully the stream's okay. Stream check. Ah, okay, cool, thank you. I can so see why professional media setups have a sound person, a stream person, all the multiple peoples. There's just so much going on. So much to do. Well, I'm here just floundering in a hot tub. It's nice and cool though. $10K's in, good stuff already. What's that get me to? 380. Excellent. Legs are good. So 114 people, probably down this week because the Rafa 500 ride is on at exactly the same time. They've been super popular. There's a wide bunch, isn't it? We may have a cameo. Max is out and about. Hey, buddy. Hey, mate. Look, you're not going to find any data on tyre wear for a couple of reasons. Firstly, not a lot of people have kicker rollers. Secondly, there's a ton of variables. What type of tyre you use, what pressure, your weight, and how clean the tyre is. So they all add up. Also, even your bike position. If you sit back like that, put a ton of weight on the back, you're going to have a lot of tyre wear. If you're over the front of a TT bike with not a lot of weight on the back, there's going to be less wear. There are a ton of variables. Not sure whether it's going to be better or worse than a roller, a wheel-on trainer that screw in and push up, though the load is shared across two rollers, not just the one resistance unit. So in theory, could be less. I had no problems, but I rarely have problems anyway. I have clean tyres. Tyre pressure's always right. In regards to what the Wahoo CEO was hinting at, and I said in last night's stream, if it's cycling related, I'll be all across it. If it's cycling related. And you'll see it here. If it's cycling related, when it's released. If it's a rowing machine, I'll be riding my bike. Oh, you saw it, Chris? Excellent. Chris, if you want, if you can cut and paste Eric Min's ride in the chat, if I allow URLs again, I'm not sure. Other people can click through and see that too. I should set up another window where I can bring things in, but I haven't done that yet. Well, if you think about it, Wahoo was it the boat company or a dock company? We'll see. Recommendations on a 3D saddle power mirror. You mean the 3D printed one with the honeycomb style? I haven't tried those. Saddles for me, Specialized Power, the Pro Logo knack of some type. Oh, subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, there's a reminder. Definitely hit that subscribe button. It does help tick things along with the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, your name will pop up mid-stream. Yeah, for sure. Rowing has indoor rowing champs. They've had those for years. So we'll see. But you know, I don't do leaks. So, well, I don't do leaks unless they're on the floor of Eurobike and have Shimano 105 mechanical 12-speed in plain sight. The kicker bike shift, Andy. One thing I can confirm is the kicker bike shift has the least amount of sound and vibration of any smart bike. Mrs. Lama trains upstairs. She's had the kicker bike, the Stages SB20, and now the kicker bike shift in her office. And the kicker bike shift, the first time she did the workout, I was sleeping. She gets up early in the mornings. And she's finished up the session. And I said, oh, the bike didn't work? Because I couldn't hear it. No vibrations, no resonance. It's hard to tell here because I've got a solid concrete floor and gym matting. But for that, silence and no resonance, that's a winner. Woo. Accuracy on mine was good. Levers changing was good. I'd highly recommend doing the quick upgrades though to the saddle. Just tilting the levers in a little bit or swapping the bars out. Just little things to personalize it. Oh, links, I might have to approve. Oh, I haven't got any management consoles up to approve links. Oof. Hey, aero helmet. Oh, if you do give me a ride on during the ride, your name will pop up. Obviously, on the ride on list. Yeah, I was going to say at the top there. I forgot I had the names listed there. I had to switch off the how many I've given because a few years back, hey Ethan, thanks for the subscription. A few years ago, people were calling me out for not giving enough back. It's really hard to give the same amount back. Okay, at the moment, I'm on 38 ride-ons given back. And if I'm in a bunch of 100, that's the maximum I can give out right now. Actually, I'll jump on my YouTube stream. Maybe I can, if there's links being posted there, I might have to moderate those. Hang on one sec. Dave, Team Alpaca, good job. Okay, we're all good. We'll see how that goes. Where are we? Almost halfway in. 24 minutes. Excellent. We're here for 60 minutes. How many Ks will it get us? I'm looking at, I'll round this off at probably 40 after the last lap. Nicholas, the storms in Queensland, mate. We were seeing those on the news. Like, it's been raining and wet down here. A few floods around Gippsland, but yeah, you guys have copped it hard up there. So Vaughn, someone was asking about the kicker bike shift. Can you give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Now, isn't it meant to come over the top of my head and fall down? There we go, thunderstorm. Right, so here is where Tim Searle's thumb came straight through there. There we go. So if you had a standard install of Zwift without nuking the resource for the thumb, there was thumbs everywhere coming down on this. It actually is. It looks pretty cool. If you grab one of the side shots of the bunch going past, it's just an absolute... It is a thunderstorm. Hard to say after a few Ks. Actually, Vaughn could have done exactly that, Chris. She could have ghosted herself into the stream. Oh, saddle break. Oh, we hit 19 million drops. Look out. Okay, that's been... I attribute that to riding with the pace partners and the multiplier. So I was riding around with Coco yesterday, the day before, I believe. I was on 2.5 multiplier for drops. So they went through the roof. Be good if we could, there's an idea, donate drops somewhere to a drop bucket or something. Maybe have them worth like 1 cent per drop, or give them a figure. We could all donate some drops to some cause. I'm inventing a charity here to do that with, and I'm unnecessarily pressuring Zwift to do something like that, but yeah, I could see that working. I would recommend downgrading to a single sprocket on the freeheld body. Like the cog, if you only do workouts in erg mode to reduce chain wear. No, look. If I was using the cog... Hey, buddy. If I was using the cog exclusively, I'd probably switch to a... Hey, Max. Do you want to go get your stairs so you can see? Cool, go get your stairs, buddy. Thanks. That way you won't pull out any USB cables. But if you're just riding with a normal cassette, it's fine. Okay. Mark, out of the saddle for the last 100k, mate. Okay, sorry, get saddle for the last 100k. Get a new saddle or get out of the saddle, or just like take the saddle off and do a cycle jockey and ride 100 miles without a saddle. Mate, might have to do that. Sorry, that's what I thought I read. Hey, buddy. You stand right there. Watch my pedal. Okay, everyone. Maxwell Miller. Maxwell, if I'm Gplama, what are you?
Little Gplama.
Little Gplama. He's growing up. They're all my friends, buddy. You see them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All your friends in the same jerseys.
They all are all in the same jersey, that's right.
Why have they all got the same jersey?
Because we're all in one big bunch ride, mate.
What does the bunch ride mean?
Well, bunch ride means it's like a peloton.
Why do you not have got the same helmets as you?
Different helmets, that's right. Yeah, different helmets. But we're all in the same now.
Why have you got a helmet? Why have you got a helmet on your head?
Not now.
No.
Oh, we don't need to wear helmets inside because I'm not really moving. But in the game, I've got a cap on.
That's called a helmet.
It's a helmet. Well, that one's a cap, but it can look like a helmet, sure. Neokyo. It's on Mercury Islands. But,
Well, what? Little mousey.
yeah, but we like Watopia, don't we, buddy? You like mousies. Well, don't touch that one too much, mate. You could stop the stream. Hey, Max. Guess what colour the jersey is? Whose favourite colour is the jersey? Thank you.
I got a question to Oh, where are you?
Oh, well, Tim just put the mozzie net out. So we're going to have to drop back. That's the mozzie net.
Why is there a mozzie there?
It stops flyers.
Why have you got a mozzie there?
Oh, it stops the mozzies from the other side. They come back, or they get zapped. Yeah. But this is not a race. Oh, there's Tim. You know what we call Tim? His nickname is the Bacon. All right, mate, not far to go. 20 Ks in. How many Ks should I do? Should I do 40?
40, 50.
Oh, 40, 50.
Yeah.
That's a few too many. Oh, 44? I'll aim for 40. That means we've just passed over halfway.
Can we do 5 minutes? Then you get a 4 5?
Oh, how about 45 minutes?
No.
Deal.
4.
High five. Oh, no deal? Oh, mate.
Do what I say.
I don't know where he gets this from. Where do you get this from, mate? Good job. Where do you get your hair from? Do you get hair from mum or dad?
Colossal barbers.
Colossal Barbers, that's where he gets his hair cut. Okay. No worries, mum's got you, buddy. I'll see you later. You're very lucky to... Little chicken head. Bye, little chicken head. See you, Max. Thanks for visiting, mate. See you later, crocodile. He is hilarious. Oh, good job, Andy. So were you in Australia or New Zealand? The Zwift Hub won after watching your video. Excellent, Robert. I've said it before, I'll say it again, I'll say it again and again. That virtual shifting is one of those, oh shit, it worked kind of moments. Because how many times, you're in Adelaide, awesome, see you in a couple of weeks. How many times do we get tech? Well, I do. A lot of things come through the door. And you have an idea of how good it's going to be, how cool it's going to be, what problem it's going to solve. And you get it and you're like, oh, okay. So there's this compromise. Oh, what? You got to plug it in for the Wi-Fi to work? Oh, you got to. There's all these little things. Expectations are rarely met, I guess is the best way to sum it up. Virtual shifting was like, it changed gears. And that's where I was like, and I said on yesterday's stream, okay, I got to test this out. It's one thing to ride and change gears. It's another thing to jump in a race and change under pressure. Flawless. Absolutely flawless. Now, down to the nuts and bolts of it, there's going to be different things like different inertia, different leg muscles, sort of having that fixed ratio of physical gearing. So there's that. But if your attention to detail is at that level, you're probably getting a kick of 5. You've probably got a bike that's compatible, and you're hovering at a different level for performance. But for what we've seen, 90% of people out there, and this is what I've talked about quite a lot in my other videos. Not that I do a lot of discussion-based videos nowadays. It's more just, one object, one thing. But I did talk about the Gen 1 versus Gen 2 trainers. Like that lower end, there is so much attention down there because it serves 90% of the market. Yeah, AutoCal's nice to have. Well, I was going to say, AutoCal race mode, all that's nice to have. That's actually at the lower end now. Wi-Fi and Durcon is absolutely brilliant. I love that. But you can get away without it. So there's been a massive phase shift in when we had to spend, what, $1,500 Australian on a kicker. It was a slow burn with the core, the Diretto, and that mid-tier coming in. And then Zwift came along and just gutted everything, which is a good thing for the consumer. I mean, $5.99 for the kicker core bundle now. And it's the kicker core is one of those products. I've got a list of, it's a video that I'm thinking of doing. It's just, here are 5 products that I've reviewed. But that aside, and now may have said good things about them. Typically I have, because if you look at all the reviews online, the trend is excellence. Kicker core is one of those. They had some issues early on. Electrostatic discharge. That's been resolved. That's just a starting hurdle. But from here on in, people love their cores. Vero Osteoma is another one. Power to Max is another. So there's 3 products. I'm just trying to think of Varia radars. You know, top products that just review well. So I'll do, it's a bit meta. Yes, I do have my t-shirt ordered for the TDU. A review of things that review well. But what I'm so happy to see is that my conclusions are echoed as well. From total strangers. Not people who have just watched my review and think they're getting the same experience. They know they're getting the same experience with those products. So super cool. Andy, lots of excitement around what Wahoo have teased. As I've said, and all I'll say is if it's cycling related, I'll be all over it. But I don't do leaks. Well, not as I said before, not unless it's on the show floor at Eurobike. Oh, got a bit excited off the front. Okay, 14Ks to go on this one. Yeah, we'll punch through to 40Ks. So question for chat. If you run a power meter on your bike, what power meter do you have? There's no judgment here. Just keen to hear what people use, what they trust, rely on, have purchased, what they're happy with. Good. 2 sets. We're up to the Assioma Quattro. Good for horses and llamas. Giant Power Pro. Okay, cool. I think I've still got a couple of those spiders hanging around. I think one of the appeals of the Assiomas is that they come in a box like this big. This by this. If you purchase them, you know. And installing pedals is not super technical. So I think power meter pedals, even though there are 2 of them, there are 2 power meters. They've got a link together. There's 2 batteries. Not as a simple setup as a spider meter, but the simplicity of just buying them in a box. They come in the mail. They come with an 8mm hex wrench. Super easy to upgrade to. 4 eyes, SRM, Precision 3. Rory, that's the single-sided. Vector 3, yeah, look, with the updated doors, the Vector 3s and the rallies for steady states have been great for me. I've got a couple of problems with sprints. going all out in sprints outdoors. They drop to 0 on me. I think it's the accelerometer or something going haywire. But other than that, I can still use them for most things. Four Eyes drive side power meter. If the camera could pan out, you'd see one. But it's still a work in progress with the drive side one of that Four Eyes dual. Philip Christopher, just hold tight on the Asioma SPDs. Hold tight, mate. We've seen some things posted over in Italy. They shouldn't be far off. I can smell them. They're that close. Higher frequency reporting or data sampling from a set of pedals or a bike power meter would be useful indoors. Outdoors, not so useful, as all the head units we have only record in once per second anyway. And outdoors, your speed, your velocity, your acceleration, all of those words about moving forward aren't dependent on the frequency of your power meter. So I think indoors, that's where race mode comes into its own. That is dependent on the reaction time. Boom, look at that. Boom. Oh, lovely. Percentage of cyclists that have power meters on their bike. Robert, I think the percentage who watch this channel is probably quite high. The percentage of cyclists overall is probably quite low, but a lot more than what it was, and still increasing. They've become a device that just works with anyone's head unit. And they're quite easy to install. We're seeing a lot of them spec'd OEM now on the bike. SRAM acquiring Quark is a brilliant move. That's problem solved if you have a SRAM group set and you want a power meter. Power to max, awesome. They do what they say on the tin, Neil. That's what I try and prove. And I do rip out whatever's left of my hair. There's a lot of products that don't do what they say on the tin. Quark D0, yeah, again, yep. Peter, good question. No, there's no virtual gear display in Zwift yet with the Kicker bike. It's a long-standing request. Now that Zwift and Wahoo are working together very closely, I'm hoping to see that be a thing. I can almost guarantee that will require Bluetooth pairing. Okay, so here's where Racelap kicks in. So even though this is a chilled ride, which is all I'll be treating it as, you can race the last lap. And it gets fiery at the front end of this. Back when I was fast, many years ago, I could stay with the front group, maybe get up for a win or a podium position. And it was fun sailing wheels, surfing wheels. I think I had a few wins even on the Buffalo bike. If you sit in, we'll just tick this last 10Ks over. Oh, Eric Min says right on. Hey, Eric. So 10Ks of the ride, I'm going to 40Ks all up. Okay, a radar without a head unit can still be worthwhile if hopefully the audio is working all right from back here. As long as there's an app for your radar. The best app and radar combination would be the Varia radar from Garmin, the 515, 715, or 315 that all have Bluetooth. So you could run the radar on the back. You've got the light, the visibility. The light will change state when it detects something. Doesn't require a head unit to do that. If you've got the app in your pocket, your phone can vibrate on detection. It can play a sound. If you've got headphones on, the sound will play over top of that as well. So for sure, if you want to look at a radar, the Varias, there's other ones out there at the moment. So there's the Machine, IGP Sport, and Brighton all have ones. Their apps aren't quite as mature. And that'll soon change, no doubt. Look at the pace pick up there. Oh, around my mid-pack. Where's Tim still in front of me? It's on at the front. It's on. People go. So there's hopefully a good answer for the radar. And look, if you buy it and don't like it, that's going to hold its value. You're not going to lose $20 out of that. If it doesn't work out. Rob, I think it's highly likely we'll see Wahoo produce a virtual shifting cog, given the Wahoo Kicker core is now the new Zwift Classic bundle. Yes. So wait for news on that one. Just had a Ruby ad. I welcome all ads. Pays the bills. Andy, good question. Single-sided versus dual-sided. Massive debates online about that. If you're doing things like aero testing, well, you need repeatability and integrity of your data, regardless of your left-right balance, then you'll need a dual-sided or a total power meter, like a spider. For a lot of people, single-sided is just fine. There are people out there with strong opinions on that, calling them junk. I wouldn't go that far. Shannon Sullivan, Ghost Riders on Zwift, yeah, with G-Master. Was it almost 10 years ago, was it? Oh, I still didn't have hair back then. So look how much this is split up now. The races are way off the front. Okay, the bacon's behind me. Okay, so what happens here? This is super cool. And again, something that's just evolved over time. In this bunch ride, it's not a Zwift feature, it's just something that Tim come up with. It works well. So the front racers go on last lap. They can battle it out for 10Ks or whatever it is. But the stragglers behind, like, well, what's in it for those guys? Yeah, just we slog along, do we? Cross the line. For a lot of us, that's all we need to do. But what Tim does is back off the pace and slowly ramp up and start sweeping up groups. It's called the Pac-Man. So Pac-Man obviously chomping through the dots. And as the group swells, it gets faster and faster and faster. And there's a few games you can make on this last lap. You can be at the front bunch and go for the win. You can hang on as long as you can. Let's just say what I'm doing now. I'm in sort of technically no man's land for a podium result. But I can try and make a game of not being caught by Pac-Man. So if I put the foot down now, I could surf some wheels here, 6.8 Ks, and make sure Pac-Man doesn't get me. Or I can drop back to Pac-Man and be part of that storm that comes through. So super cool to see that evolve. That's not part of the game. Just something Tim came up with, or some of the ride leaders have thought about continuing on with. Oh, here's me getting dropped by this bunch. No training other than cycling, no. Even when I was racing, no weights, no. I was lucky, no stretching. A lot of work on the TT bike was my yoga. Nice little bunch I've got going in here. Where's Packy? Oh, a little further back. During rehab for any of my crashes, I did some balance work on my glutes and my back. I do need to do some core work after my 125k ride on the gravel bike the other day. 4.5 hours, I got off the bike, leant over my bike. My lower back just cramped up because I was so fatigued through here. I had no stability. My back just knotted up. So that's, yeah, as I'm getting older, that's something I've been thinking about. Large Pac-Man, hold on, here we go. We'll sit in this little bunch here. What am I, 30 seconds? That's not bad. So we're good for now. We don't really need to pick the pace up. Pac-Man hasn't got us yet. If it's, again, Shane, if it's cycling related, I'll be excited. If it's something that I can use for what I do, I'll be all over it. I don't think Pac-Man's going to get us. Nah, 4K to go, 4.8. No, we're good. No, Andy, there's no bad questions. There's only poorly worded questions, and yours is not a poorly worded question or uneducated. No, mate. It's always feel free to ask questions on any forum. If anyone shuts you down for a genuine question, they're the dick. But it's a good question. Is Tim Sale a real person or a bot? Tim's a real deal. Absolutely. He is the real deal. Every kilometer he's done is legit his. Met Tim multiple times. $4K to go. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, hang on. They're coming. The bibs. These ones are Spats, S-P-A-T-Z. Yes. Spats. Out of the UK. All right, keeping an eye. So I'm looking at you can see the phone down there. There he is. Okay, yeah, that makes it a bit more exciting. Oh, I think it's touch and go. I'm not going to go to the front and drive just yet. What are the seconds? 29. There's 10 seconds. $20 seconds over 3Ks, I reckon it is. Still enough to get on the front and drive just yet. I think we're good. Here it comes though. Oh, says me, yeah, I'll go easy tonight. Yeah, sure. Yeah, easy. Yeah, sure. Get that off. 2.8, I think we're good. You see that little green dot getting eaten? Look out. Yep, you're gone. There's a speed difference there between those. 2.7. The winners are way up the road. They're gone, but as long as that doesn't hit us. Holy hell, he's getting close. All right, let's wind it up. That's getting too close to my liking. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Lead out duties. Perfect job for a TTer. Come on, hold the wheel. Hold the wheel. That's awesome. Hold the wheel, come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I suspect just the core initially. He's only a few seconds off the back. Come on. I think we left him out to dry. There's a split in the bunch that I'm in. I don't think he's getting on. I think we're good. Yep. We held him out. Good job, bunch. Safe from the Pac-Man. All right, lead out. Let's go. Anyone want to sprint? Jump on. Boom. You got up. Nice. I really went a minute down. 65 seconds. Nice. I might need more than 40 Ks to cool down up that though. Damn. Zwift effect. Just an easier ride, sure, yeah. 3K lead out after holding Tim off. Good job. Bacon. Ah. All right, time to drink. That's fun, that's fun. So no matter what speed you've got, if you can hang on for that bunch ride, you can contribute to any part of that little final lap there. Be it the front group, be it like what we just did there, little group. It would have been fun being in the top group, but that wasn't what I was there for. But I could contribute to the other group, getting to the front, pulling them along. I was pretty chuffed that no one came around in the lead out. But if that had to happen, great, that's fine. I didn't get up and sprint, so. Oh, that boosts the TSS a little bit. Oh. Yeah, Neil, this will get me. Let me have a look. I was on 370.9 before I started today, so I'm just over 410 now, or very close to 410. Which is nice. Today I went up the radio tower for some trainer testing, and so after spending 2 hours with Coco the other day and getting, actually it was 2 hours 10, I got 80 Ks done. That's quick. And then I did the radio tower solo, and I was back to standard speed. So I'm like, oh, that's my payback. But it's all good saddle time. Miles, I don't know. No, I wasn't around for the conversion from miles to kilometers. It's always been kilometers. Divide by 1.6. Though in school, I could never figure why we had to do the 1.6K run as a fitness test. I'm like, what's 1.6Ks? What's the significance of that? And the teachers actually didn't tell us at the time. It's just like, that's just a 1,600 meter run. It's like, well, what? What's the significance? Yeah, we figured it out later. Thanks, education system. All right, let's roll around. We'll cool the legs down. 256, there we go. See, we need a chatbot AI. I use Wolfram Alpha quite a lot for a lot of my conversions and percentages and power meter things. Wolfram Alpha is excellent. Aussie education system, you figured it out yourself. No, I think even during university, doing my degree in computing, I think most of our learning, the things that I loved was all after hours. This is when we're all coax networking and IPX, SPX, and dial-up and windsock, port forwarding. You know, it was all brand new stuff to us all then. That was all done after hours, and funnily enough, a lot of the time the curriculum would be, 6 months later, would be covering what we'd already done for our home networks. Back in the days where you'd network a few computers to play Doom. Or was it Quake? It must have been Quake. 99, 98, 99, Quake, yeah. Sleeping? Oh, wow. Little man's had a hard day. He's sleeping already, 8 o'clock at night. Good stuff. All right, go through the 45Ks. That little red section there was a bit tough. Vaughn's going to jump on too. All right, we'll go through to 45. Thanks for hanging around, everyone, for the chat. It's always fun to hear where everyone's at and see people convert kilometers to miles. Any other questions? Yeah, feel free to shoot the breeze in chat there. Plap to win nationals again, hands down. Plap is next level, and he is a super nice guy as well. I'd call him a kid, but he's a guy now. Yeah. It was funny. I met him over at the TDU behind the scenes. I was handing out a jersey for Young Jersey winner or something like whatever it was. I was handing out a jersey for on the podium stage last year, and Plappy just walks up to me and says, "Hey Shane, give me your phone. I want to look something." And he was looking up the results on my phone. He just comes and grabs my phone. You know, he's just Of course, it's Plappy. Of course, Plappy. Here, have a look at your results, mate. You're racing. But he's approachable, super nice dude. And yeah, super strong. Mark O'Brien, I want to see on the podium. I can almost guarantee Marco being top 10, though. He's got good form at the moment. Love to see him on the podium. Thank you, MD Kerr. I appreciate the kind words and the kind review of my reviews. Yeah, look, making enough at the moment to continue doing what I'm doing, so I'm happy. I'm super happy. That's what it's about. If I get to ride bikes and share my experiences that I have on bikes, yeah, it's all good. Honest lad, what are you talking about? Yeah, look, to be honest, if you've ever come up to me in person and I'm just ramble on and talk way too much, it's because I live and breathe this shit. Without the cameras, without YouTube, without social media, I'd still be doing the same stuff. Like riding bikes is, I mean, if you're watching this, you know how much fun riding bikes is. It's heaps of fun. If technology can make it even better, give you a better experience with finding new trails or sharing trails or anything that I cover. Even opening your garage door remotely as you ride in and out. Super cool tech. I don't do YouTube just because someone says, "Oh, you're a YouTuber." I sort of cringe a bit. Oh, no, I'm a bike guy who just likes talking about this stuff. Sharing it pays the bills. So. Tip for TT. A tip for any TT. All you need to know for a time trial is you go the hardest when you're going the slowest on course. That's all you need to know for TTs. And from that, you can pace yourself perfectly. So go the hardest when you're going the slowest. So knowing the course very, very well. If it's a dead flat course, then you pace it all the way. If it's a headwind, then obviously you're going slower in this direction than that direction. So go harder into the headwind and coming home. Undulating course, punch up the hills. Once you're up to speed, you can dip down the power because it's you get a lot more returns going harder up. So yeah, go the hardest when you're going the slowest. That's pretty much it. And don't worry about your speed. I don't think in any of my TTs that I did in the last few years when I was competing, I ever had speed showing as a metric because speed doesn't matter. I definitely had power, cadence, and heart rate, and distance, so I knew how far I had to go. But speed is just the result of whatever. So if you can, I guess it could have been an interesting metric if you're on a flat course and you could scrunch down a little bit, get a little bit more aero, and if you saw your speed come up at the same power, that'd be kind of motivating, I guess. But once you know your position, you don't have to worry too much about that. Do you need to mount the radar completely level properly on a hook on a saddlebag? Yes, but it won't work as well. Ideally, you want your radar 90 degrees facing, straight back like that. If it's pointing down, its in line of sight is going to be lower. It's pointing up, it may not be as accurate. It's pointing to the side. If it's moving around, it's not going to be as accurate. You pretty much want it at 90 degrees to the ground and as high up as possible. I do have a video scheduled to show, actually this bike's got one on the seat post here. Saddle rail is where it's at. You want it as high up as possible and direct, so it's got the best chance of seeing as far down the road as it can. If your saddlebag is super sturdy, it'll work. But even Garmin are now selling saddle rail mounts at an extraordinarily high price. So don't buy that. There's other options. Similar to GoPro accessories. There's GoPro who make good quality stuff, but there's always that other option. Bingo. Alrighty, 1K to go. Stretch. And it depends if you have the twist type or the lock-in mechanism of the RCT 715, the camera version. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing seeing the camera version. Hey, Ben. The camera version not developed a little further with the app. I still have trouble with the app trying to download footage. I'll use the camera radar when I can, when it's on the bike. But the lens I now have is all pitted from using it on the gravel bike and the mountain bike, where the stones and mud kick up at it and chip the lens. And it's an unreplaceable lens, so that's an expensive lesson to learn. But it is what it is. Alrighty. Dunzo. I've got to stop at 45 or I'll just keep running all night. So I hope everyone is well. Hope you've still got some leftovers for Christmas or from Christmas dinner. Don't leave them too long. They'll go off. 27th. Yeah, you're still good for a day or two. Just, oh, there's Von. Right on, Von. This is Lama. Oh, she's sweating. Do you think being a smartass, I wouldn't say runs in the family, I'm married to it, it's not Gplama. She's swerving all over the road at me. No. I keep telling people I'm leaving and I can't drive. I could ride all night, but yeah, thanks, Von, for chopping my front wheel multiple times there. You can tell Von's got steering on. If you have a look at there, little bull horns next to. Is it bath salts? Bath salts. Take care of Von. Drop back and tow her along for a few Ks, mate. Oh, you know what I could do? Just wait. Maybe I could just not pedal at all. Von could do whatever she wants. And I could get 46 Ks. The trick for Von here would be to do a U-turn. And I think it breaks me off. So let's just see if Von's going to... Von, don't do a U-turn. Don't do a U-turn. She's watching the stream. Press and hold bottom right auxiliary button. No, she's not going to do a U-turn. If you did a U-turn, I think it breaks the coffee stop, and then I'll just like pull over to the side and go nowhere. Hi, Vi. No, Von, you can't. See, we're linked now. We're coffee stopped. I'm just waiting for her to do a U-turn. All right, good stuff. That's another Festive 500 ride in the bag. Day 4B, that was. I'll have to name that 4B over on Strava. I've also put a link over on Strava today to my video about the 7 tips on Strava. If you haven't seen that one, definitely go over to the YouTube channel and check that one out. The shake kudos thing that I'm sure a lot of people already know about, but it's definitely worth recovering. Kudos rate limiting. So Strava do stop you from doing too many shakes. So 200 kudos. Here's another tip that I found out the other day after that video is once you've done the shake and you hit the kudos limit, you can't like any comments either. So not only can you not give any kudos, you can't like any comments. It comes up saying rate limit exceeded. So it does actually tell you in a really weird way. Flybys, so fly over. I get flybys and fly over, they're the same thing. Oh, hey, extra K. Should be coming to iOS soon. If you have version 3.9 of Strava, which should be out in the next couple of days. They said by the end of the year, you should have flyover with the little maps, and that's it. Anyway, I shall let you all go. Thank you again for dropping by, and thanks to my hardware for actually working this time. Always much better. Tomorrow night won't be on. Maybe on the weekend. We'll see. We'll see how we go. If not, do your Festive 500. Keep riding. You'll get through it. There's tons of days left. Heart rate monitor is IGP Sport. Up here. Optical heart rate sensor. Rather than wear it on my forearm, I wear it up under my arm here, and I'm loving it. So there's hot days where I don't have to have the chest strap on. Sorry, I could talk about this stuff all night. I'll leave it for another video. But if you have any questions, comments, etc., find my other videos and comment. Always there to answer questions. All right, everyone, we shall see you next time. Oh, another K. Let's go.